No, the bike's not here. Alright, 1 second. There we go. Much better. So, I don't think I've ever really properly introduced this, but it's my 1974 Honda CB200. It's 200 cc's. The bike's all original. I mean, they still even have the original carburetors on, filters and everything. It has 5,000 original miles and some change. I mean, I've put a little bit more since I've gotten it, and I haven't really done much to it, but get it running, fix the ignition systems. I think I might have posted a little video here now and then about working on the ignition system, the distributor here, as well as getting it timed right with the stator, and new spark plugs, NGK wires, coil, condensers, yada yada yada, even a new rectifier in the back that was in theory supposed to let the bike charge up more, but oh, it does hold charge. Yep. So I mean, if I let it sit for too long, the battery will just drain out, because it is one of those older style batteries. Here, let me see if I can show you. Pop this on open real quick. But it's one of those filled batteries, and as you can see, I'm even losing a little bit of fluid just as I move along, but that's what I have the little drain at the side for. And oh, hold on. Blinker fuse is just moved out of the way. So you can see the wiring on it's seen better days. This is all aftermarket here, and I mean, although this is supposed to go here, it just looks weird because of the added cords. I mean, they upgraded it to a different style fuse as opposed to the little round bulb style that would sit right here. But yeah, that acid battery does just lose charge after letting it sit for a while. That's what I got the Kickstart for, and I'm not gonna lie, the bike has seen better days. It might be a little bit low on compression, but I think that's mainly to do because it's been sitting for such a long time. Stuff like the brakes on it feel good. Back brake does squeal, which I am gonna order some new pads for, and it's been kind of a pain to find. Sorry, not pads, but shoes, brake shoes, because I have a 74, so I do not have the disc brakes in the front. It is drums front and back, which I don't mind. I think it really does give the bike a sleek look. But anyways, back to today's thing. My speedometer gear just annihilated itself, and it's just not there anymore. And after a while of searching and finding, I can't find a lot of parts for this, but what I can find is a lot of parts for the 360, 750s, and hopefully they're close enough where I can just put them on here, and the speed would be, you know, approximately the same. I'm not really looking to get it perfectly. There's a little red hash here that says it tops out at 70, and honestly, I'm going to use my phone speedometer, and as long as I'm within like 10 miles from what it's actually reading, I think I'll be alright. But yeah, that's kind of enough about this bike, I guess. Should probably just start working on it. It's relatively easy. Cotter pin comes out, you unscrew this nut, there's this little screw here that holds that speedometer cable, and you undo your brakes here, loosen these bolts here so you can slide out the brake cable, and this whole assembly just drops down rather easily. I have found it easier to remove the fender. I've done some fender painting underneath to rust prevent it, but if you jack the bike up high enough from the front and you leave it on the center stand by jacking it right here in this middle, it is tall enough to just slide the front wheel off and be able to service it that way, which I think it's what I'm going to be able to do. But yeah, I'll get back when I'm actually installing it up, or if there's anything else interesting or notable from this. It will need a rebuild in the future though. Now that I'm rambling, I don't know, you can see some spots look wet with oil, especially around right here. I know this gasket leaks, the one underneath, but I mean, I'm the first person to probably ride it as much as I have, as much as it has in like 30 years. So, you know, I'm not surprised that all these seals from just sitting got cooked dry, and you know, now that they're warmed and I take the bike out, they leak. But that's fine. I've been already swapping a lot of gaskets and parts out anyways. I don't mind. I really like this bike. It's really sick. Something about just the way it looks, you know? Yeah, also someone's gonna say something about the mirror. I only have the one, which oddly enough I don't mind because it's got such a bad view, but I would love to get another similar style one. I see other 74s and other, well, mostly CB200s come with a lot of a taller mirror, which looks goofy. I really like this low profile one that it has. Hi camera. Fairly easy to remove the wheel. Like I said, it's just 3 things you're going to want to take out first, which is actually, you're going to want to slide out this cotter pin that goes around your castle nut and pokes through that. Second up, you're going to have this little screwdriver. I recommend using a manual impact driver to take it out because it is a little bit hard, and that's what unhooks your speedometer cable. Undo your brakes by loosening this guy, pushing up on the brake rod and sliding this down. It's really easy, and then you just take out the rod. I have like a little scissor jack because it's really easy to like be able to lift it up. But if you're gonna do it like this, make sure you have someone else helping you balance out the bike, because in my case, at least, since the little center stand isn't fully there and it's broken, as you can see, it tends to tilt, and you don't want it to fall. Obviously, if you have like a bike lift, this isn't an issue you're gonna be, you know, coming into, because your bike will be properly lifted when you do this. But have someone help you, because you do need to lift this up if you want to keep the fender on while you're servicing this. And it's fairly easy to actually get to servicing this because it just pops up as one piece, just so. And as you can see, that's actually where we're going to be inserting the speedometer gear. Not sure how well that's gonna show, but over here there are some greased teeth with like little shreds and spines, and what we're basically gonna have to do is set the speedometer in there, and then the 2 little outer teeth on it are going to grab on these little cut out edges here. So as the wheel turns, the speedometer is going to be turning that little rotation in there, which will then spin the cable, travel up, and actually tell the bike how fast it's going. Also, while you're in here, you know, it's a good time to look at your brake shoes, clean around, and make sure that there's grease in the bearings, which, as you see, I've been here before, so I've tried to keep it clean, although I am going to try to wipe out some of that brake dust, just to prevent it from getting worse. But let me get to installing that speedometer gear. Alright, and because life hates me, this is not the right speedometer gear. I've ordered this for, I believe it's a 750, thinking it'll be the same, but I mean, off the bat, as soon as I took it off the box, you can see it's nowhere near the same size that it should be. If I put this in here, it actually sits inside the bearing instead of sitting out on the little holders where it's supposed to be. And trying to get the little spline inside is a futile attempt because, again, the center bearing is way bigger than this should be, so it's not even a chance of that sliding in, which kind of sucks. I guess I'll have to do research on finding the right one. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research and finding the right speedo gear. I mean, I posted on the Honda CB Reddit, but I'm still gonna do some more forum shopping, but that sucks. I'm gonna see if I can maybe reference it with another bike, see if I can find the part number. If not, I'll have to be active on eBay listings or Facebook Marketplace listings, because I might have to go get it from a bike that's been wrecked beyond repair or someone's parting it out. Because I know a lot of people like to do the 750 front end conversion so they can have the disc brakes, but I want to keep it as original as possible. And I think I really, like I said, like the sleek look of the drum brake. Also, you know, less likely that something's gonna hit my brake rotor or something else. You know, it's also another less liquid to worry about. But alright, I guess that'll be it for the day. I'll just probably take it out. It's been a nice day and it's moderately hot and warm. If not this, I'll definitely be taking out the Z50. But alright guys, I'll talk to you guys another time. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment. If you could be any help in actually finding the right part, that'd be greatly appreciated. If anybody out there is willing to sell me their speedo gear, you know, if they're getting rid of their bike or parting it or doing that conversion kit, kindly let me know. But thanks for watching. Well, thanks to just Reddit, I actually got the right part number that I need for the bike, so I'm gonna order that. Right speedometer gear up, and then I'll be installing it on. But the day's not that gone, and I also have this new twist throttle to install, so I'll probably go do that. Just end it on that. Oh, the only reason I'm changing this is because on the other one up here, the part where the cable goes on is broken, so it's just on one little tooth, and I've been riding it around a little bit like that, but it's beyond sketchy because I know it's gonna break any day now. Well, wouldn't you believe it, the part that I was gonna install isn't the same one. I have them both here. Yeah, one's just like, whatever, I'll show you guys. So this is the old one, I don't know if you see it. It's supposed to be like double cable, double teeth up here. You can see the width of that or whatever. And then here's the one that came in, and it's just not the same. If you hold both of them up together, you can see the thickness isn't the same, and what really gave it away was the amount of space between each of them. By that I mean like the little step bridge right here, that's gonna be able to be noticeable on camera that much right here. This right here is way thicker than this here. It's a little bit thinner, so when I actually did put it on and tighten down the bolts, it just didn't turn at all, which, oh well. I already am gonna order up the right ones. I already found them. Shout out people of Reddit again. But I guess it's just sad news for me. My bike's really down because I can't use the old one since it's, you know, ready to give out any second, and I don't really feel like crashing because I don't have control over my thing, which I'm just playing. I probably won't crash. Worst case scenario is just I'll be stuck somewhere, but rather not deal with it. I'll just order the parts and wait.